And it looked like I found the footage of Kelsey Mitchell pretty much ignoring Sophie Cunningham during last night matchup. Guys, for this one here.
Here we go again, folks. Another night, another WNBA disaster class in late game execution, and this time, all eyes are on Kelsey Mitchell for doing the unthinkable. In the final critical seconds of a tight game, she completely ignored a wide-open Sophie Cunningham, a player with ice in her veins, to play hero ball. And in what has become the most predictable ending in sports, she failed spectacularly. The fans are losing their minds, the video evidence is damning, and the receipts are ugly. This wasn't just a missed shot, it was a betrayal of trust and a perfect encapsulation of why the Indiana Fever can't seem to get out of their own way.
Mitchell crossing over, Mitchell on the drive, Mitchell missed it at the rim.
Let's set the scene, because the context here is everything. The Indiana Fever are in a dogfight, the clock is ticking down, and the ball ends up in the hands of Kelsey Mitchell. If you've been paying even the slightest bit of attention to this team, a cold sense of dread immediately washed over you, because you knew what was coming. This isn't just one bad play, this is becoming Mitchell's entire late game identity. With the game on the line, instead of surveying the floor and making the smart basketball play, she goes into isolation mode. Her head goes down, the dribbling starts, and any concept of team basketball evaporates into thin air.
Was pretty much ignored in the last final seconds of the game, man. Now, we already know Kelsey Mitchell do not have a clutch bone in her body, dog. And I tried to tell y'all yesterday, bro, and even the game before, do not give Kelsey Mitchell the ball when the game is on the line. I don't know how many times I said that over and over again. I put my faith in Sophie Cunningham, not because she's from my home state, but just simply she's been a proven winner when it comes to making her shots in crucial moments. We all could agree on that. Sophie Cunningham has the clutch gene, and unfortunately, Kelsey Mitchell just ain't got it.
And the worst part? The correct play was staring her right in the face. Sophie Cunningham, the team's most reliable and proven clutch shooter, was standing all by herself in the corner. She wasn't just open, she was Starbucks at 6 a.m. on a Tuesday open. She was waving her arms, practically doing jumping jacks, screaming in the universal body language of basketball. Hello, I am here, the game-winning shot is right here. But no, Mitchell, in her infinite wisdom, decided she was going to be the hero. She drove into traffic, threw up a contested, off-balance prayer, and shocker, it bricked off the rim. Game over. Fans everywhere collectively threw their remote controls at the TV because we have all seen this exact movie before, and it stinks every single time.
Right here, Sophie Cunningham slides right. Kelsey was supposed to pass her that ball. She was supposed to pass her that ball. Right about, hold on. Nope. Right there. Give Sophie the ball. 3-point shot right now. Give her the ball now. Still would have been 17 seconds left on the clock. Now you guys don't have to foul. You forced them. You guys would essentially force them to go down there and shoot the ball, make a shot. And guess what happens? We goes to overtime. We go into overtime. Then, you know what? Once we go into overtime,
this isn't just about one missed shot. This is about a deeply ingrained and destructive pattern. You can count on one hand the number of times Kelsey Mitchell has delivered in a clutch moment. Conversely, fans are now counting the 5, 6, maybe even 8 games this season alone that the Fever have had in their grasp, only to watch them slip away because of this exact brand of selfish, low IQ basketball in the final minutes. Meanwhile, Sophie Cunningham has repeatedly proven that she has the clutch gene. She's not just a shooter, she's a proven winner who lives for those high-pressure moments. When the ball needs to find someone with nerves of steel, she has shown time and again that she can handle the weight of that shot.
Attention to detail, knowing personnel, defensively, knowing the schemes. I think a lot of our breakdowns today was just knowing who you was guarding, knowing where you needed to be based on who you were guarding, whether that's off the ball or in the gap. We just weren't sharp. We weren't sharp enough to be a contender for anything tonight. And I think a big part of tomorrow is being able to defensively be sound so we can get what we want offensively.
That's kind of my question. Would you guys say that the points in the paint?
This is what makes the situation so infuriating. It's not just that Mitchell misses these shots, it's that she actively refuses to trust the very players on her team who have demonstrated an ability to thrive in those moments. This boils down to a fundamental difference between confidence and delusion. Confidence is having the belief that you can make the big shot. Delusion is believing you are the only one who should take it, especially when a teammate who is statistically and historically better in that exact situation is standing there completely undefended. And where in all of this is head coach Stephanie White? This recurring nightmare falls just as much on her shoulders as it does on Mitchell's. You mean to tell me that in the final timeout, there wasn't a play drawn up specifically to get the ball into Sophie Cunningham's hands? There was no contingency plan, no option B? It feels like White's entire late game strategy is to simply hand the keys to Mitchell and pray that she magically transforms into Diana Taurasi. Newsflash, she's not. And the team's record in close games is the brutal, undeniable proof. The fans are not stupid. They see what's happening and the revolt is growing. Social media is ablaze with calls to bench Mitchell in the final 2 minutes of any close game. They are demanding that the offense run through Sophie Cunningham and Aaliyah Boston in crunch time. And honestly, can you blame them? This team cannot afford to keep giving away wins like they're expired coupons. The frustration is also boiling over about other questionable rotations, like the mysterious disappearance of Chloe Bibby from the lineup. After a solid performance, she vanished, leading fans to connect the dots and speculate about the coaching staff's competence and even their motives. Let's consider the potential locker room fallout from a play like this. When a player so blatantly ignores a wide-open, proven clutch teammate, that's not just a strategic mistake, it's an act of profound disrespect. It sends a message to Sophie Cunningham and to every other player on that roster that says, I don't trust you. That kind of selfish play is a cancer that can kill team chemistry faster than anything else. You can bet that Sophie wasn't the only one frustrated. Other players see this. They see the hero ball, they see the ignored teammates, and they see winnable games being thrown away. And you better believe those conversations are happening behind closed doors. If you were Sophie Cunningham, how would you feel after this play? Let me know your thoughts in the comment. This isn't just about the Indiana Fever. This is about the WNBA as a whole. The league is desperately fighting for a larger share of the sports landscape. Caitlin Clark has brought in a tidal wave of new fans and unprecedented attention. But when those new fans tune in and see a product that looks this dysfunctional, a player ignoring her open teammate, a coach enabling bad habits, a team collapsing in the clutch, what message does that send? It tells them that this league isn't ready for prime time. It undermines the very growth they are trying so hard to achieve. Look, Kelsey Mitchell is a talented player. She can score in bunches when she gets hot, but the mark of a great player isn't just about talent. It's about knowing when to step back, when to defer, when to make the right play for the team. Great players make everyone around them better. Right now, Kelsey Mitchell, with her unwavering tunnel vision in the clutch, is making everyone around her worse. She is dragging the team down with an ego that her performance simply cannot justify. The fix isn't complicated. It's basketball 101. Pass the ball to the open player, trust your teammates, run plays that make sense. If Mitchell can swallow her pride and accept that Sophie Cunningham is the team's best option in those late game moments, the Fever can actually start winning these nail biters. And if Stephanie White can finally hold her players accountable and stop enabling these self-destructive habits, this team can still turn their season around. But until that happens, we are all doomed to watch the same tragic movie on repeat. And it's a movie that fans are absolutely sick of watching.